Greetings, programs. Captain Bulldozer here with another build video. Today we're going to focus on WuKong 2.0. After the rework, I just wanted to show you a little bit about the build that I use with him. I know some other people have already talked a lot about his new features, but I wanted to show you the composition that I have come up with. Having said that, let's go ahead and dive into the simulacrum and take a look. So I redid my build. Normally I'll show you the build that I used to have. Since I've had WuKong, I put 3 Forma into him and made him a Monster Defy slash Primal Fury. This was my original build that I used to run with him. It was really efficient, it was a lot of fun. Took advantage of the Umbral, Intensify. The Prime Sure-Footed really helped me out there, and it was just about using Defy and just about using his 4. So this is the new build that I've come up with. So I have Growing Power, Adaptation, Gladiator Resolve, Gladiator Aegis, Umbral Vitality, Augur Secrets, Umbral Intensify, Hunter Adrenaline, and Blind Rage. The efficiency is basically the only thing that suffers, but with Hunter Adrenaline and running an Arcane Grace and Guardian, Grace not necessary, I'd almost run 2 Guardians, but I'll do a little more testing there. That's just what I've come up with so far. It keeps me alive. I have no trouble with anything with this build, except for maybe energy reduction missions. But the clone does the work for you most of the time, which is really nice. So those are sortie specific. I run a Torrid. I do have a Riven for it. It does the status duration on it. Multi-shot minus the Corpus. Not really a big deal. I use the Torrid for proccing status and making sure that status lasts a long time. I also have a Cyanix. I usually use the Zakti, but after putting a couple of Forma into the Cyanix, it's a lot of fun. The clone uses it very well, so I'm enjoying using this new weapon. No Riven here, just 2 Forma. Hornet Strike, Pistol Pestilence, Jolt, Scorch, Lethal Torrent, Barrel Diffusion, Augur Pact, and Quick Draw. The reload speed definitely helps with its performance. What I'm doing is using it to proc Corrosive, Gas, Impact, and Heat. The Heat, Corrosive, and Gas are the big ones. Impact is already procced with usually the weapons that I use. So here we have the Karudo, and one of my friends was kind enough to trade me for this Riven. I was really excited to get a hold of it because it's a fairly new weapon. So I have 2 Forma invested in this. I'm using the Brutal Tide, the standard stance polarity that it comes with. A lot of fun, very mobile, kind of fitting for a beatbox monkey beatdown. I don't know, that's kind of what I was going for. So we have Condition Overload, we have Virulent, Scourge, Organ Shatter, Blood Rush, Finishing Touch, Gladiator Rush, Gladiator Might, and Karudo Geli Chronicorn. Those are always fun words, the Rivens. So it gives me an Elemental, it gives me Critical Chance, and it gives me Attack Speed. Kind of fun to flow around the map a little bit more. Honestly, it's a little too much for me. The attack speed's a little crazy as it is, as far as controlling where you're going. But as long as you're using the Karudo to regain health with this WuKong, that's why the Arcane Grace isn't really necessary. I'm pairing this with Unaru. Excuse me. So here, I have pretty much everything maxed out. I don't have Sundering Dash and Crippling Dash. Those would be 2 really cool ones to get a hold of as soon as I trade in Eidolon Shards. I have a ton of them, but right now I'm just really not bothered about it. So I have all the passives unlocked, which is really cool. Unaru is great because it gives the extra it gives the extra armor buff, and then it helps out with Eidolon hunting. But it's just for the extra armor, that's all. My Iron Staff build is not ideal, but it's fun. It's a 0 Forma build, and it performs quite well. Primal Fury, Condition Overload, Relentless Combination, Buzzkill to bring that slash damage over the impact, Gladiator Might. Primal Fury is the stance mod you can't do anything about. Fun stance. Organ Shatter, Drifting Contact, Berserker, and True Steel. So having said that, I'm going to keep the companion off so it doesn't skew the results of this test. Grab some energy. We'll do 10 Corrupted Heavy Gunners, 10 Corrupted Bombards, and level 150. That's as high as I can go at the moment. So let's see what this does. summon the clone, make sure I switch to my Cyanex, then go to my melee weapon so he uses it. So he's doing all the proccing, while I'm basically just maintaining my health and eliminating enemies as I see fit. The extra finisher damage is great with this combo. And the charge attack does the finisher, which is awesome. As soon as these enemies are procced, they're going to take way more damage, which is always nice. You just literally go right through them as soon as they get all procced up. Look at that, like nothing. You can always switch into your cloud form to gain your clone's health back. That really helps out. I think putting the Prime Sure-Footed on this build might be the better option, but we'll see. When WuKong Prime comes out, I'll definitely forma him and invest a lot more in the staff, but since it's not in the not too distant future, I don't want to put any more forma into it. I think it's fine as it is. You can see as soon as that clone hits the enemies, oh, fell off there. As soon as that clone procs him up, these guys just melt, which is always nice. And it is cool to note that when he uses the Torrid, it sticks on him, so the enemies walk into other mobs, which is cool too. Basically, just follow the clone around, make sure that he's alive and well and doing damage, and as soon as he procs status on something, you can walk over and just completely eliminate him with the Karudo. And it does a lot of work. This is kind of my slow, fun, lasting melee build. I'm always regaining health as long as I'm getting those critical hits, and my clone does the proccing, so the condition overload really shines. Well, I don't want to make it too much more complicated and discuss things further, so I just wanted to share with you guys my WuKong build. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you next time.